Hello everyone and welcome to Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green playthrough right here on Missildine Online. I am so excited to be able to play this game alongside you guys. I really hope you enjoy it. If you do, please give this video a like. Anyways, on with the show. Thank you for watching. It's Professor Oak. Hello, Oak. Hello there. Glad to meet you. Glad to meet you as well, sir. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People affectionately refer to me as the Pokemon Professor. This world is inhabited far and wide by creatures called Nidoran females. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for battling. Like dogs. I study Pokemon as a profession. Oh, but first, tell me a little bit about yourself. Now tell me, are you a boy or a girl? Boy. I will say, though, that the girl does have a better sprite in this game. I actually really enjoy the girl sprite compared to the boy sprite. The boy sprite's kind of meh. Alright, and my name is Corey, guys, so that is going to be my trainer name. I'm sure most of you watching this know my name is Corey, but in case you don't, that's my name. Right, so your name is Corey? No. No. I just typed that on accident. This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you both were babies. What was his name now? Let me think. You know, I think I can think of a name for this guy. Was it Friesen? Yes, it was. That's right. I remember now. His name is Friesen. So every time that we hate on Friesen, we can be like, Friesen sucks, and I hate Friesen. Make sure you say that in the comments every time. Every time you see him. Corey, your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go. Episode 1. Pokemon, I Choose You. Alright guys, and as soon as we get here, the first thing we want to do is head on over to our PC, as always, and grab a potion. Oh jeez, a potion? What a secret, Corey. I know. So, once you grab that, there's also a Super Nintendo here. Or not Super Nintendo, a regular NES. Alright, so, and here, we can talk to the TV, and there's a movie on TV of 4 boys are walking on a railroad track. I think it's Stand By Me. And if you've never seen Stand By Me, you should go see it because it's freaking fantastic. We can talk to our mom, and she doesn't really say anything, just, you know, oh, you're going off on your own, you're 10 years old, and you're going off into the jungle by yourself, and you might get killed. That's totally fine. And we'll go over all the way up here. We want to go to this one, because it takes forever if we go to the other one. Hey, wait! Don't go out. Who is this? It's unsafe. Wild Pokemon live in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know, here, come with me. Okay, old man. So, we'll follow Professor Oak. You'll never guess what's going to happen next. So here we are in Professor Oak's lab. And, oh god, it's freezing. Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Yeah, we're fed up with you, you Canadian. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait. Here, Corey. There are 3 Pokemon here. 3. The Pokemon are held inside these Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. But now in my old age, I have only these 3 left. You can have one. Go on, choose. Oh, hey, Gramps, not fair. Shut up, Friesen. Be patient, Friesen. Yeah, be patient. All right, so first things first. Before we get into anything here, go ahead and save your game. It's something that you definitely want to do. And everyone, here's a perfect example of the Pokemon bios that you will be seeing throughout the series. And of course, the first bio in the entire game belongs to number 001 in the Pokedex entry, Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is the only starter that has a dual typing in both grass and poison, and it retains that typing throughout its entire life. So do I recommend Bulbasaur? Absolutely. A grass poison type is a pretty decent typing. It's not the worst typing that could be in the game. It's pretty decent. In fact, it's probably the best grass type you can get in the entire game. Next, we have Charmander, number 004 in the Pokedex. Charmander is actually one of the fastest starters you can get in this generation, and he's pretty powerful too. He kind of forgoes the defensive nature of both Squirtle and Bulbasaur, and instead focuses on just raw power. Now, Charmander starts as a pure fire type and eventually will become a fire flying type, making it have a quad weakness to rock. Charmander is kind of considered the hard mode of the game because he is weak to both the first and second gym. However, he really starts to take off, especially by the time you get to the fourth gym. Once you get to the fourth gym, I think you will find Charizard to be one powerhouse of a Pokemon. Next, we have one of my favorite designed Pokemon in the entire game, number 007 in the Pokedex, Squirtle. He is the other Pokemon that you can get that starts off with a pure water type. And it actually is the only Pokemon that you can get that stays a monotype throughout its evolutionary chain. Its base stats are pretty defensive. It doesn't have the most health, but it does have a ton of special defense and defense, while also having enough special attack to actually be able to do some damage. So if you want to go with a slightly defensive Pokemon right off the bat, you can't do anything wrong with a bulky water type such as Squirtle. And for this playthrough, guys, we are going to pick, you guessed it on Twitter, it of course is going to be the one and only Charmander. So Corey, you're claiming the fire Pokemon Charmander. Yes, I really am. We received the Charmander from Professor Oak. Do you want to give a nickname to this Charmander? Yes, we do. So, normally in my Pokemon series that I do live, I name them after viewers. However, in this, I am going to name them after franchises that I very much enjoy. So in this case, Charmander's name is Agumon from Digimon, because I'm super creative. And Friesen, of course, is going to come over here. I'll take this one then. Friesen received the Squirtle from Professor Oak. I wonder if he's going to name it Tsunami, because that's a good name for a Squirtle. Alright, and the reason why we saved is so that we can actually go into our Pokemon here, and we can actually see what our nature is. So in this case, we have a lax nature. A lax nature isn't actually too good, so I will be resetting. Mild, lonely, naive, and rash are really the ones that I personally want. So I'm going to keep resetting until I get those, and I'll see you soon. And perfect! So after like 5 resets, we got a rash nature on Agumon. So natures basically raise one stat by 10% and decrease another stat by 10%. It may not seem like a lot, but throughout the course of a game, and especially in competitive play, natures are super important. Two, that the Charmander that we just got that has rash nature, it actually lowers his special defense, but it raises his special attack, which is pretty okay in my book. Something else that's totally worth mentioning here and now is that your rival will always pick the Pokemon that has a type advantage over yours. So if you pick Bulbasaur, it will pick Charmander. If you pick Squirtle, it will pick Bulbasaur. And of course, if you pick Charmander, it will pick Squirtle, which he did. And let's go ahead and try to leave. We could talk to Professor Oak first and see what he says. He doesn't really say anything too important. All right, so upon trying to leave, we will get a fight with Mr. Friesen. The first rival battle of the entire game is actually just so easy. Just so easy. So, we are facing a Squirtle. Both of us are at level 5, and of course we will get a tutorial battle from Professor Oak, which we literally do not need whatsoever. There are so many tutorials in this game, it is beyond ridiculous. So we'll just start off with scratching. You don't need to do any of its stat-lowering moves. It's worth mentioning that stat-lowering moves are very good. He got a critical hit on us, the first attack, which is not very good. Growl it will lower Squirtle's attack, but we'll just keep scratching because we should actually be able to kill it before it kills us. So it did 3 damage with its tackle. We're doing probably around 4 or 5. So we'll be okay unless it gets another critical. If it oh, and we got a critical. Perfect. Yeah! Eat that, Friesen Factor. All right, cool. So we got 70, and we will automatically level up. So not only is this battle worth winning because you'll level up, and obviously you can see that we'll get +2 to speed. So we have 14 special and 14 speed right now, and 12 attack. That's actually not bad for a Charmander. So we'll beat him. More importantly, though, than the experience is that little bit of money. So we get 80 Pokédollars from beating him. And thank you, Professor Oak, for explaining that. I'm explaining this. This is mine. Corey Gramps, smell you later. All right, Friesen. So we are done there. We can come and talk to people if we want, but there's really no need. I'm just showing you that we can talk to people. None of these people will give you anything yet, so you can just leave, which we'll actually do. We'll go down here. And a lot of things that people skip out on is actually right here. you can go into, this is your rival's house. You can go to your rival's house, talk to his sister, Daisy. Corey, I heard you had a battle against Friesen. I wish I'd seen that. So she doesn't actually give you it yet, but eventually she'll give you a town map. But first what we have to do is go over here into Route 1. Let's just continue. We can talk to this guy right here who, oh, come on. Oh my god. Alright, so we can come and talk to him. He works at a Pokemart and he will actually give us another potion. Luckily, we didn't have to use the potion from before, which is very nice. And we'll just go through the glass. The glass? The grass. And we'll continue on over here. Try to avoid this. That guy doesn't matter. And our first random encounter ever, and it is against a Pidgey! That is the first Pokemon that you can find on this route. So let's take a look at Pidgey. Pidgey is a normal flying type Pokemon, one of 3 normal flying type species that you can actually find in Kanto, and the first one is fairly weak. It evolves at level 18 and 36, and it has the ability Keen Eye, which prevents accuracy from being lowered. I can't really recommend Pidgey, honestly. It's a bulky flying type, but not bulky enough to withstand any hits. And we got all the way through with only 1 random encounter, which is actually pretty good. Makes for, we're pretty fast, you know? So we're just gonna go right up to the Pokemart, which is exactly what we need to do. And as soon as we enter, hey, you came from Pallet Town? Yeah, you know Professor Oak, right? His order came in. Can I get you to take it to him? Yeah, sure. So we'll get Oak's parcel. Yay us. Now, for the most exciting part of this entire game, we have to go all the way back to Pallet Town. I know you guys are probably pretty flippin' excited about it. So, luckily, we can just skip everything and just walk on down. So, we'll head into Professor Oak's here. And obviously, we have his parcel. And you have to do that before you can actually catch Pokemon, because you don't have any Pokeballs yet. Well, it seems to be growing more attached to you. You must be talented. Yeah, that one Pidgey we fainted sure did well. And we delivered Oak's parcel. Ah, it's the custom Pokeball. I had it on order, thank you. I wonder what the custom Pokeball is. I wonder if it could be a Master Ball by any chance. I almost forgot. What did you call me for? Ah, Friesen, he always shows up and just gets in the way. On the desk there's my invention, the Pokedex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Corey and Friesen, take these with you. Obviously, I left Friesen's name capitalized for this very reason. You can't get detailed information on Pokemon by just seeing them. You must catch them and able to get the complete data. And we will receive 5 Pokeballs. Nice. Before, in the older games, you used to have to go and talk to the people there, that his aides and stuff that are under him. Corey, I hate to say it, but you won't be necessary for this. I know, I'll borrow a town map from my sis, and I'll tell her not to let you use one! Oh, damn Canadians. So, we are good to go. We can totally leave. None of these guys are going to give us anything, but since we haven't talked to this guy yet, I'll just do it. They study Pokemon as Professor Oak's aide. And I will grab the town map just so you guys can see it. I'll never use it, but at least it'll be there. So we can go ahead and talk to her, and she will give us the town map. Thank you, Daisy. Thank you very much. Thank you, Miss Daisy. Yeah, you're the bomb. And let's continue up. So I will be catching both of the Pokemon that can be found on this route. The other Pokemon that you can get on this route is the normal type Rattata. Rattata is an interesting Pokemon. Now, if this was Generation 4 and you had access to the Flame Orb or a Toxic Orb, I would absolutely recommend it for the beginning of the game, because it has the ability Guts. When inflicted with a status condition, your attack is raised by 50%, which is a pretty powerful thing. But the stats are so low that it's only really powerful in the beginning of the game. After that, throw it away. Nice. Very good. Next, we want to get a Pidgey. And look at that. We found a Pidgey. Level 5 Pidgey, too, which is actually very good. Very good. Level 5 is actually the highest you can encounter a Pidgey, and it will actually faint us if it attacks again. So we're just going to use a potion. And then we'll throw a ball at it, because I think we can get it with a ball. So a regular potion heals you... Oh, use Sand Attack. Ooh. So we'll go ahead and throw a Pokeball at it. It should get it. Its catch rate is 255, like I said in the bio, so it's pretty darn easy to catch. Oh, okay, for real? And its attack missed. Alright, so we'll just scratch it one more time. Oh my god, we got a critical on it. That would have sucked. Now, it's worth mentioning, too, that if we faint this Pidgey, which we could do and catch a lower level one, we would actually get a level up. But we'll get a level up no matter what, anyways, at this point. Yeah! And we got Pidgey. Alright, it's worth mentioning that neither of these Pokemon are going to be used on my team. Alright, cool. Do we? No, because it's not going to be used on the team, so I'm not naming it. And we need to make it all the way back to Viridian. And we hit level 7. And when Charmander hits level 7, he learns the super useful ability Ember, which is our first fire type attack. But since we started with Charmander, it's worth leveling until you hit level 13 on Charmander. I know that's a super high level, but honestly, the first gym is very hard unless you have some power. So we are finally here, back in Viridian. But there is something that we can do real quick, is we can come over here, and this is Route 22.